Live from Medford, New Jersey, the campus of Medford Tech, Sterling High Radio, in conjunction with Sterling High TV Now Teen, proud to present the 2013 South Jersey Group 2 Championship game between your Sterling Silver Knights at 20-9 and the Medford Tech Jaguars at 19-9. How you doing, everybody? Tad Kozaneski, Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz set for a game that will try and give Sterling its first championship in over 12 years. And Kevin, you can feel the excitement in the air tonight.
Absolutely. This is the culmination of a long year. Team worked hard, started off slow, but gradually kept improving, got themselves to the point where they're playing the way they are right now, getting scoring from a lot of different people. But I think the important thing is they're playing great defense, and that's going to be a key tonight when you talk about kids like Eli Cain, Myles Powell from Medford Tech, who are playing as well as any duo in South Jersey.
And Rob, as we get ready for Sterling in their half, they come up here sky high after a big upset over Haddonfield.
A huge win for them going to Haddonfield and getting, like Coach Ateen said in the pregame interview, they wanted that weight off of their shoulders, finally getting past Haddonfield. Tough place to play at Haddonfield, to go in and beat them by 10. So it sets up this championship game where we are tonight, live from Medford Tech, and it should be a good one, guys.
As we mentioned, Medford Tech comes in the 3 seed. They started by beating number 14 Manchester Township 75-58. Then they beat West Deptford 71-50. And then in the semifinals, upset Middle Township 53-44. Again, they'll be the home team. Sterling, coming out of the number 4 seed, demolished Deptford 84-52. Then they beat a team in Pennsauken Tech 64-43. And of course, as we mentioned, the big win over Haddonfield 62-53. As we get ready for this championship game, both teams are just finishing warming up and will be set for the introductions for the starting lineups for this game again in the Group 2 Championship in 2013. Coming in, this Medford Tech team comes in averaging 69 points a game while giving up just 58 points a game. Sterling averages 60 points a game while giving up 54. So, Kevin, this Medford Tech team averages about 9 points a game more than Sterling.
And they can hit from the outside, drive to the hole, like we talked in the pregame, score in a lot of different ways, and that's going to be one of the keys. Because talking to Coach Rob Ateen, it's how they defend Medford Tech.
And I guess right now, Rob, we'll listen in for tonight's starting lineups. We'll listen to our PA announcer and see what's going on and hear the starters live here on Sterling Radio and TV 19.
Number 10, Marcus Taylor. Number 5, Jerry Prismon. Number 24, Matt Callan. Number 15, Preston Harrison. And number 22, Khalil Howard. And now for the Medford Tech Jaguars, coached by Nick Powell. Number 31, Dennis Tunstall. Number 13, Sydney Harris. Number 23, Myles Powell. Number 32, Eli Cain. And number 33, Dante Ali.
And there you have it, our starting lineups for tonight. As again, we get set for the visiting team. Sterling, number 4, 20-9. Medford Tech, the number 3 seed. They are 19-9. Sterling in the visiting blue, if you're watching at home, will be from our right to our left. And as we're set for action, the 2013 Group 2 South Jersey Championship game. See who's going to win the title again. Sterling's first title, or I should say their last title was 2001. They've also won titles in 1999, and then they've won the Group 3 title in 1966 and 1971. So Sterling again will be in the blue. They are the visiting blue that they were from Haddonfield. Medford Tech in the home white. And on your radio, Medford will move left to right, Sterling right to left.
Long warm-up session for Medford Tech. We got here probably like around 4:30. They were already in here shooting around and spent the majority of that time shooting. So good warm-up session for Medford Tech.
And the referee's ready. The players are ready, and here we go. Marcus Taylor to jump center. And it's controlled by Medford Tech, controlled by Eli Cain. Cain will set things up. Sterling in a 2-3 zone. They're going to extend it beyond the three-point line. Cain drives, thought about a three. Good kick inside, loose ball. Picked up off the floor, picked up again by Medford Tech. They go inside, and converting for two is Elijah Cain.
Well, you get a little look at what Elijah Cain can bring to the table.
Medford Tech leading at 2-0. They have a full court pressure on. Taylor gets it in for Chrisman in the lane. Dishes off for Callan. Callan's shot is swatted away by Cain. Medford Tech picks up possession. They lead at 2-0.
Well, Cain already showing his presence on the offensive defensive end. They're a nice, nifty, no-look pass down low for two.
Threw it from midcourt right under the basket to Tunstall. It's 4-0. Sterling back on the break. Harrison kicks it to Callan in the corner. Chrisman thought about three. He has it knocked down. And early on, it looks like Sterling is the shaking team, guys.
Nice basket underneath by Dennis Tunstall on the turnover by Sterling. But Sterling going to have to wake up here if they want to get this momentum that they need on the road.
7:06 to play first quarter. Sterling inbounds under their own basket. Callan gets a three off. It's no good. Loose ball rebounded by Taylor. Taylor puts up a three. It's long. In and out of the hands of Harrison. He'll set things up for Sterling. Callan thought about a three, held his feet.
Yeah, this is the good patient trip Sterling needs down the floor, especially with some bad passes.
Chrisman drives the lane and draws the foul, so he will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Jerry Chrisman sensing that they need something on offense, slowed things down a little bit, saw that opening, slashed to the hole, and gets himself on the line.
Jerry Chrisman is 73% free throw shooter, averages 16 points a game. He'll get two.
Last foul's on Dante L.A. Obviously his first.
First foul shot up and short. So Sterling's still looking for their first points.
And guys, we've already seen what can happen if you give Elijah Cain a little bit of space, going down the baseline, putting a move, nifty move to get that first basket.
Chrisman's second shot is in, so Sterling now is on the board. That's the first points of the game. They now trail at 4-1. Sterling in there, kind of a half-court pressure. They'll look for the trap here. 6:38 to play first quarter. Sterling trails at 4-1. Medford Tech with the ball. Foul line extended right. Harris goes in the corner. Tunstall, 15-footer, good for two. Dennis Tunstall now with four. Tech leads at 6-1. Sterling runs it across the timeline. Callan thought about three, drives the lane, 10-footer up off the back of the rim. Big rebounding early on, Kevin, for Medford Tech.
Yeah, doing a good job down at low post. Sterling's creating offensive opportunities. They're just not converting.
This is a very good-looking Medford Tech team. Foul line and kick it out there for Dante Ali. Now they'll set things up against the zone. NBA three-pointer air ball off the backboard. Loose ball rebounded by Howard. Sterling across the timeline, trailing at 6-1. Chrisman drives. It has his pocket pick. Stolen away by Harris. They run the floor. Three-pointer is off for Tech. It's long. It's an air ball. Rebounded in, and a layup tie and a steal by Dennis Tunstall.
Timeout.
And Sterling calls time with 5:39 to play in the first quarter. Tech leads it 8-1.
Good hustle play right there. Tough break, getting it right inside. You know, going out, trying to get that out-of-bounds pass and getting it right to the Medford Tech player. And I think right now, you know, the way things are going, Medford Tech is having the type of game that they had planned. When you look at Elijah Cain getting involved, doing things on the defensive end, rebounding, obviously drove to the hole, got the first basket, but you have to like, if you're Medford Tech, getting Tunstall involved with that jump shot to the outside, because coming in this game, you knew Sterling wanted to stop Cain and Powell. They had to get offense from other places, and they got that from Tunstall.
5:39 remaining, first quarter. Sterling to inbound under their own basket. They trail it 8-1. Jerry Chrisman, the lone points for Sterling off a foul shot. They are starting very slowly, and I'm very impressed by this Medford Tech team.
Yeah, and on Sterling's end, they are getting opportunities. They're creating space. Again, they're just not converting.
Big opportunity here for Sterling, in desperate need of a basket here. Don't want to fall down double digits on the road.
So Sterling inbounds. Bring it up here will be Harrison against the full court pressure. It's a full court zone trap. They get it across for Chrisman. Kicks it out to Callan. Kicks it top of the key, Taylor. Taylor drives the lane, 5-footer, no good. In and out of Sterling's hand. Having it there for a second was Howard. He lost the handle.
Well, really impressed with this Medford Tech defense, not giving Matt Callen a look at all.
They're definitely getting out on Callen quick, but you can see Marcus Taylor with that quick first step is going to have an opportunity to get that pull-up jump shot. Again, just wasn't able to convert, much like a lot of the other Sterling players.
Medford Tech looks to inbound. Sterling on the full court pressure. Knocking it out in the play was Khalil Howard. They will inbound again. Sterling with the full court pressure. This time they get the ball into Harris. Harris right in front of us across the timeline to Powell. Powell drives, lays it up short, rebounded by Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor looks to run the floor. Across the timeline, he has his pocket pick. Medford Tech comes right back. Strong to the hoop, and we're going to get a foul. Khalil Howard's going to pick up his first.
Yeah, that started off with real good position defense by Marcus Taylor, diverting it, drive to the basket to the outside, came the other way. Medford picked his pocket. That's one thing when you're looking at this Medford team from a defensive standpoint. You always hear Coach Ateen say, get the hands up, keep those hands going. They block a lot of passing games, pick pockets of balls going into the hole, and that's one of the reasons why you're seeing the success on the defensive end from Medford Tech right now.
Myles Powell goes to the free throw line. He's a 79% free throw shooter. He misses his first free throw. He'll get one more. Powell makes the second. It's now 9-1. Sterling trails it. 10-footer, no good by Taylor. Taylor not off to a good shooting spot, and Medford rebounds.
Yeah, he wasn't able to convert on his first couple trips down the floor the other night, but really got going, got in a rhythm. He just needs to sink one to get himself in that rhythm.
Three-pointer far side is off, and kaboom! Drilling that was Powell. He now has 4 points.
Well, Powell, somebody you definitely have to dress from the outside. Has 75 three-pointers this year, so they're going to have to put a hand in his face.
12-1, Medford Tech leads it. 4:30 to play here in the first quarter. Breaking 1-on-1 pressure is Krisman. Loose ball. Underneath picked up nicely Sterling. Callen open for three. He drains it. So Callen is on the board. His first three. Sterling now trails at 12-4.
Now that's all they needed to get themselves, hopefully, in some type of offensive rhythm here.
Across the timeline is Tech. Stolen by Krisman. Krisman looks to run the floor. Across the timeline, up the middle. Krisman goes for Taylor, and it's stolen away. Here comes Tech. Tech across the timeline is Cain. Cain drives the lane, running one-hander, no good. Loose ball, and we're going to get a foul on the floor, I believe, against Sterling.
I think that's going to be against Jerry Krisman trying to go up for that rebound, and it is.
So Krisman's going to pick up his first foul, the team's second.
Well, Sterling got the three from Matt Callen, then came down the floor, had another opportunity. Jerry Krisman drawing the defense his way. But again, good job of Medford Tech cutting off the passing lane.
So against the pressure, Sterling, Tech sets it up. They lead at 12-4, 3:45 to play here in the first quarter. They are not afraid to throw NBA threes up. Faking a three now, Eli Cain. He throws it up short. Loose ball picked up nicely by Howard. Sterling trailing at 12-4, 3:30 to play here in this first quarter. Across the timeline with it is Krisman. Krisman challenged very tightly.
Yeah,
gets it off for Callen. Callen thought about three. Now back to Krisman.
Tough one-on-one defense, tough defense out on the perimeter. That's going to open things up, spread the floor out. Sterling just can't force things at this point.
We are going to get a whistle, stops play, and we're going to get a foul against Tech as it goes out of bounds right in front of their bench. The foul goes against Dante Ali. I have him for 2. And sub coming into the game, here comes Marvin Jones, and he was the difference in that Haddonfield game the other night. He had the game of his life. So Jones, the junior, now into the game.
Anthony Nelson also checking in for Medford Tech with Dante Ali with 2 fouls.
Sterling inbounds the ball, 3:10 remaining. Taylor drives the lane, partially blocked. Rebounded by Tech, so Taylor can't get the shot off.
Yeah, you see Tech with that help defense coming over.
Powell, NBA 3. Kaboom! Myles Powell now with 7 points, and it's now 15-4 Tech.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Sterling if he continues to hit from the outside, having to come out and address him and spreading the floor out.
Taylor against the man-to-man defense. Drives baseline, kicks it inside. It's stolen away. Great defense for Tech tonight. They run the floor. Here comes Dante Ali. Passes inside. Converted by Anthony Nelson. It is now 17-4 Medford Tech.
Unbelievable the pace of play. Great defense creating the offense for Medford Tech.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's been all Medford Tech.
Yeah, two things I'm impressed with: their defense on the ball and also away from the ball. That's what you saw right there with the turnover and the conversion.
Callen has his pocket picked. They send it all the way up the floor to Cain. Cain is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line as he is fouled on the play by Matt Callen. Callen now with his first, the team's third. So the foul line, guys, will be Elijah Cain. Cain is a 67% free throw shooter, averaging 20 points a game.
I'll tell you, an early look at this Medford Tech team. They're a complete team. They play great defense, run the floor. You saw Cain right there, attempt to finish off, gets himself to the line, but really distribute the ball well in the half-court set also.
Cain makes his first. He now has 3. As a team, they're 1 for 4. As into the game for Sterling now is Zach Page. Page will replace Callen. 18-4, Tech leads at 2:07 to play. One more free throw for Cain.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Medford Tech.
Cain's shot is off and in. Cain now with 4 points. It is now 19-4, Tech with the lead. 2:05 and counting to play in the first. Page across, drives the lane, goes up, he's partially rejected, inside for Howard. Howard counts the basket and he's fouled.
Big play by Howard there, and you saw when Page went deep, the help defense had 3 defenders coming over. That's where Sterling, deep in the drives, are going to have to look for the dish-off pass, the bounce pass.
More importantly, that's a third foul on Dante Ali.
So now the foul line for Sterling will be Preston Harrison. Preston on the season just a 14% free throw shooter, as going to the bench is Dante Ali.
And that's probably the last time you're going to see him until the second half.
Derek Jones comes into the game. He is probably he is the smallest player on the floor right now.
And by smallest player, you mean probably 6'2".
Is the foul shot coming up for Howard? No good. Sterling now 1 for 3 from the free throw line, and we're going to get a foul, I believe, on the floor against Tech.
Wow.
Foul against Dennis Tunstall. That'll be his first, the team's 4th.
Yeah, so if you're Tech right now with a 19-6 lead, I'm sure the coach is telling them, hey, play good defense, but play defense under control.
Page inbounds. Under offensive basket. Inside for Jones. He is blocked.
There's something you don't see every day.
Jones goes on the floor to get the ball, and a timeout is called Sterling. So 1:49 remaining, first quarter. Sterling trailing at 19-6.
I think a big thing you're seeing from Medford Tech, you saw it right there, defended against Marvin Jones. They're defending him from front and from behind. That's why they were able to bat away the ball right there. Just great stifling defense. But I really think in Sterling, with those drives to the hole, they got to look to dish off in that last second because the drives are drawing the defense right toward them. So there's going to be somebody else open.
Again, there's 1:49 remaining here in the first period in this South Jersey Group 2 championship game. Sterling trailing at 19-6, and as you were talking about, Kevin, these guys from Medford Tech can get up, and there were 2 guys that almost rejected him completely to Jones. He's not used to that.
Yeah, and again, I'm impressed, when they're out on the perimeter, the defense away from the ball just as much as the collapsing down toward the drives to the basket.
Chrisman will inbound under Sterling's offensive basket. Had to clean the floor for a second. They're ready. They give the ball to Chrisman. He sends it all the way out to Taylor. Taylor will set things up against the man defense. Taylor drives the lane hard, gets the foul, and makes the basket. So Taylor with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. It's his first 2.
Well, you got the feeling that at the beginning of this game, there were some forced opportunities. That was Marcus Taylor driving to the hole, drew the defense out towards him. She used that quick first step, was under control the entire way, puts himself in position to get a three-point play right here. Huge play by Marcus Taylor.
Marcus Taylor, a 62% free throw shooter. He'll get 1. And he hits it. So Taylor on the board for the first time. He has 3. Sterling down 10, 19-9, 1:44 to go, first period. Full court pressure on. They break the timeline. Powell sends it across. And Tech will set things up. Get it quickly in the hands of Elijah Cain. Now Cain will get it off to Jones, just came in the game.
Yeah, this is where Sterling in that half-court defense got to keep where everybody is. Head on a swivel.
Turnover and a travel against Derek Jones.
Dragged that pivot foot as he was making the pass to his left, trying to find Anthony Nelson.
1:26 remaining, first quarter. Sterling trails it 19-9. Taylor to bring it in. Man-on-man coverage now for Tech. Taylor drives to his right. Looks to go inside. Goes into Chrisman. Chrisman spins. Gets the lane off the glass and converts. Jerry Chrisman now with 3.
Great job of Jerry Chrisman going up strong along that baseline, using his body.
Ball goes out of bounds on a Sterling. Nice defensive play by Page. Sterling trails at 19-11 now. 1:06 remaining here in the first period. Full court pressure is on. Tech looking to get it in. They get it in right in front of us. This is Cain. Cain drives nicely, and he converts, and a chance for a three-point play.
Boy, tough to stop. I mean, he's just got a nice step to the basket and just fouled on the way up, put it right in.
Driving the hole in traffic, and he's one of those kids who can kind of have that little nifty lateral move at the last minute. It's even tough to set up any type of a charge and foul to set your feet. And boy, he goes up strong in traffic, though.
So Cain now with 6 points, puts his team up by 10. He is a 67% free throw shooter. He'll get 1.
That's the second foul on Jerry Chrisman, team's 4th, so he's going to have a seat now, and into the game is Preston Harrison.
Cain converts. He now has 7 in this game, and it's now a 22-11 lead. We have 1 minute to go as Sterling trails, gives it away, and a foul over the back against Khalil Howard. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Myles Powell.
You can see as far as that press defense goes, they're really going to try to trap the ball. That's what you had there with Khalil Howard on the outside and through the pass that was intercepted by Powell.
It's Khalil Howard's second, too, so you have 2 Sterling players in foul trouble early on, Jerry Chrisman and Khalil Howard.
Powell, 79% free throw shooter. The first one is off and in. Powell now with 8 points. As a team, they're 5 for 7 from the free throw line, is into the game for the first time. Mikal Wayudeen. One more coming up for Powell. Powell drains the second. He has 9 points here in the first period. 24-11, Tech leads it. Wayudeen gets it across. Taylor goes to go inside. It's kicked off the foot of Cain. Sterling ball.
Yeah, Taylor looking to drive and dish off right there. But again, you see Cain and this Medford Tech team just is doing a great job batting balls away, cutting off those passing lanes.
Taylor gets the ball into Page. Page at the top of the key. Goes to his right. Kicks it out to Taylor. Taylor goes out top of the key. He'll set things up with 45 seconds to go first period. Sterling down 24-11 from the foul line. Jumper Taylor, and it rolls in.
Wow.
Got the shooter's roll. Didn't look like it was going to go in, and it did. Sterling trails at 24-13. Full court pressure on, and a foul against Sterling. Could be Zach Page. If it is, yes it is. That'll be his first, and the team's 6th.
Now, Zach Page is a kid who can come in, play good defense, put pressure on teams, especially on the perimeter, and also here in the full court.
And pressure on. We're going to get another foul against Sterling. Mikal Wayudeen has just picked up his first. That is the 7th team foul against Sterling, and we're in the 1-1.
Unbelievable.
With 31 seconds to go in the first quarter.
And I'll tell you, you want to come up with a press to try and rattle a young team like Medford Tech, but I'll tell you what, this team's calm, cool, and they're finding a way to get things done.
Derek Jones, the foul line, 1-1. He is a 63% free throw shooter, averages 3 points a game. First of a 1-1. First one off, and it's good. They are now 7 for 9 from the free throw line. That was Jones' first point of the night. Jones gets one more. That one goes long and rebounded by Sterling's Jones. So 25-13, Sterling trails it. 26 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Taylor from the foul line, jump shot. No, and it falls in again. It didn't look like it was going to go, but it does. Taylor with 7.
Getting a good bounces, have that pick up jump shot right there.
Full court pressure on. They get it to Jones for Tech. 10 seconds to go first quarter. Sterling trailing it by 10. Good shake and bake move there by Cain. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. The buzzer goes before the shot goes off. This should not count, and it will not count. So Sterling somewhat survives the score. We have played 1 quarter of action here from Medford Tech. Sterling trails at 25-15.
I'll tell you what, this was a tough first quarter for Sterling, but in a lot of ways they were able to get a couple shots, get the offense going towards the end of that quarter. One thing I liked was that defense you saw on the perimeter. They trapped and didn't allow Medford Tech to get an opportunity to close out the quarter.
So again, we're getting ready for action here in the second quarter on Sterling Radio and Sterling TV 19. Sterling trailing at 25-15 as they have trailed the entire game in this first period. Again, we're in a standing room only, sold out gym, and on that note, I will hand it over to Rob Strauss for the play-by-play duties here in the second quarter.
Thank you, Tad, and it should be a very interesting second quarter. Sterling is able to score in bunches, but it's going to be tough for them to do with them in foul trouble early on. You've got two of your starters on the bench in Khalil Howard and Jerry Crisman, so they're going to have to use them sparingly. In foul trouble for Medford Tech, Dante Ali, who picked up 3 fouls in the first half of the first quarter.
And fouls could be a big difference in this game, Kevin. Foul shooting especially when you're looking at a Medford team right now, 7 for 10, Sterling 2 for 4.
Little surprised that Medford Tech went to that man defense. I felt like they were having more success in the zone and having to help defense come over, and it seemed like Sterling in a half-court set in that man-to-man defense were able to get themselves a little bit more room with drives to the basket, and Marcus Taylor to couple pull-up jump shots.
Marcus Taylor controls now, kicks it over to his left to Waliudin, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Myles Powell one-on-one, and Waliudin strips it away, but he steps on the end line out of bounds. Good defense by Mikhail Waliudin, who is their defensive specialist.
Yeah, we talked a lot about what Powell can do on the offensive end. He's a kid who you can't tell great for passes going on the defense end. Real tough on the perimeter defensively.
Powell inbounds. And Powell gets it, takes a 3 on the way and drains it. Myles Powell breaks double digit in scoring. He has 11 and gives Medford Tech a 28-15 lead with 7.5 left to go in the half.
Yeah, what a quick turn and shoot shot you saw from there. 3-pointer by Powell.
Marcus Taylor, a long 3 on the way, doesn't get the roll this time, and rebounded by Medford Tech's Sidney Harris. Harris outlets to Eli Cain, who is going to cross the timeline. Sterling backs off the pressure now. Now we'll advance. Cain drives down the lane, looks down low, and he's fouled. It is Dennis Tunstall, and he'll go to the line. 8th team foul on the way for Sterling. The last foul will go against Preston Harrison, his first.
Well, Tunstall came up big with the 3, but you've got to like the way Cain slashed, drove to the basket, drew the defense his way. Nice bounce pass to Tunstall.
First shot on the way from Tunstall is good. Shooting 42% from the line. And now leaving the game is Waliudin, and checking back in is Matt Cowan. Second shot on the way from Tunstall is up and good. 30-15. Medford Tech doubling up Sterling early on here in this second quarter. Again, Medford Tech leading throughout. Sterling, Marvin Jones, reverse layup, no good. Rebounded out of nowhere is Medford Tech, and they control. Myles Powell, 2-on-3 the other day, now 3-on-3, finds a man down low off the glass, and in is Dante Ali for his first 2 points of the game.
Great job, great body control by Ali and going to the basket and converting.
And now another turnover forced by Medford Tech, going with the press. Going right to the basket, almost dropping it in is Eli Cain. He will go to the line to shoot too, but Sterling really has no answer for this defense right now.
Yeah, there's just too much offensive pressure outside and inside on this team. They are tremendous.
I'm just impressed with Cain, his body control and going up, and the lateral movement you see from him late in a drive to the basket.
Preston Harrison picked up his second foul. It sends Elijah Cain to the line, who misses the front end of his first shot, and that's going to send Jerry Crisman back into the game for Preston Harrison. So the chess match continues here for Sterling, digging themselves in a hole with 9 team fouls early on. Head coach Robertine forced to go to the bench as a second shot from Cain up on the way, and it's good. 33-15, 6.5 left to go in this first half in favor of the Jaguars. Crisman back in the game as Marcus Taylor to his right. Taylor going to set up the offense, passes over to Matt Cowan. Cowan drives to his right, looking for Marvin Jones, can't find him. That pass is almost intercepted, but able to be taken by Preston Harrison.
Well, there you see Powell again, cutting off the passing lanes. Can't telegraph passes against a kid like Powell defensively on the perimeter.
Matt Cowan, long 2, no good, rebounded by Medford Tech. And so far, other than the early 3 by Matt Cowan, not able to find the range. Nice look down low. Dante Ali sneaks behind the Sterling defense, and it's a 20-point lead for the Jaguars.
Yeah, for all Cal's prowess and going to the basket, doing a great job with those vertical looks, finding those seams in the passing lanes.
Matt Cowan up top with Marcus Taylor. They move Jerry Crisman down low, now looking for the ball. He'll move up top again and receive the ball. Marcus Taylor over to down low, blocked by Zach Page, or is Zach Page, he's blocked, and now Medford Tech the other way. Long three on the way by Myles Powell, no good, rebounded by Chrisman. Chrisman finds Marvin Jones, nice look down low, Marvin Jones lays it up and in.
Yeah, one of the few times Medford Tech's left anybody open away from the ball, and Marvin Jones was able to convert.
Medford Tech just waiting now, just very patient on the offense is Medford Tech. Up top is Eli Cain playing some clock game right now. Under 5 minutes left to go, and a 20-point lead. Dante Ali, check that 18-point lead on the last basket by Marvin Jones. Fakes a three, now takes its foot on the line, rims out, no good, rebounded by Marvin Jones, almost a jump ball situation.
Yeah, Sterling doing a much better job defending away from the ball on that trip down the floor.
Zach Page finds down low, and it's going to be a foul, and that's going to send Marcus Taylor to the line to shoot two. The foul is going to be on Sidney Harris. That's his first, team sixth.
And you look at Medford Tech, Rob, they're able to get everybody involved in that offense, but I think, you know, in looking at Sterling, where they really haven't gotten any type of consistent offensive rhythm, I think it has more to do with the defense you're seeing from Medford Tech.
Marvin Jones at the line for Sterling, shooting just a little over 40% at the line. Converts his first. It's 35-18. Just about 4.5 left to go here in this first half. Marvin Jones, the only player to score in this second quarter here for the Knights. Second free throw on the way by Jones is good. All four Sterling points coming from the hands of Marvin Jones. It's 35-19. 4:30 left to go in this first half. Elijah Cain, very patient, bringing the ball up. Now Sterling going to go with the press, trying to create the turnover, and now a timeout by Medford Tech.
That's a heads-up job, Kevin, by Coach Powell. Sterling does that throughout the game. All of a sudden, two players will attack the ball, and the player is just defenseless out there. There's nowhere to go. Heads-up job by the coach.
Yeah, good call right there. We've seen that time and time again, and, you know, Sterling, you just have to, at this point, feel like they just got to nip away at this lead and take things in small chunks. And I'll tell you what, the one thing I did like, they've had trouble on the defensive end, but last trip down the floor, did a good job away from the ball, had the heads on a swivel, didn't allow anybody to get loose, because if you allow somebody to get loose, especially with Cain, kid who can drive to the hole, do it all, even when he's out front, bringing the ball up, he'll find somebody if you give him just a little bit of a seam.
Medford Tech taking a full timeout with 4:24 left to go in this first half and leading by 16.
And I'll tell you what Medford Tech's just doing a tremendous job collapsing down on those drives to the basket. And another thing they're doing in the job in defensively collapsing down, they're not allowing them to even get rid of the ball on a pass, really covering everywhere, just a smothering defense.
Medford Tech to inbounds. Elijah Cain in his own backcourt. We'll hand it over to Sidney Harris, who crosses the timeline, but he travels.
Good job. Matt Callen kind of jumped up on it quickly. He wasn't ready for it. Well, now's a chance, Kevin. You got 4:17 remaining in the half. You trail at 35-19. You need to go on a little bit of a run here.
Patient trip, and again, more quick ball moving around the perimeter. I think another problem Sterling's having, they're telegraphing their passes. You can't do that, especially with a kid like Powell on the perimeter cutting off those passes.
Jerry Chrisman up top, finds Matt Callen. Now back to Marcus Taylor. Marcus Taylor pushes off, and then he throws it away, and right into the hands of Dante Ali, and Medford Tech has possession.
Yeah, good tight defense on Marcus Taylor there, trying to drive to the right side.
Three-pointer on the way by Powell. No good, rebounded by Marvin Jones, and now coming the other way is Zach Page, and he holds up.
Well, Sterling got away with one, leaving Powell that wide open.
Jerry Chrisman open on the wing, going to drive right to the basket, swats it away. Does Medford Tech. It will be Sterling basketball.
Well, there's a glimpse of what Medford Tech's doing. Usually Jerry Chrisman, when he gets in that close to the basket on a drive, he's either going to get the bucket or get a foul. They batted the ball away. Very quick hands.
Chrisman inbound, finds Callen, top of the key. Thought about the three, no good. Takes a foul line jumper and hits it. Matt Callen has 5 points. It's 35-21, just under 3.5 to go in the half.
Great job, Matt Callen, creating his own offensive opportunity, going to the left side.
Medford Tech the other way, and laying it up and in off glass is Anthony Nelson. He has 4, 37-21.
Yeah, when they need it, they're getting offense from everywhere when you're talking about Medford Tech. Nelson was able to do it right there with the drive along the baseline.
And they're doing it quickly. Now Marcus Taylor for three and hits it. Marcus Taylor gets into double figures. He has 10. It's 37-24, just under 3 to play.
One thing you're seeing now is Strong's having much quicker movement, ball movement around the outside.
Now turnover here, created by Matt Cowan, and now a foul against Medford Tech. And it looks like it's going to be against Sidney Harris, and that will send Marcus Taylor to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I think Sterling's realizing how tough defensively Medford Tech is on the outside. Again, the ball movement's been a lot better, a little more crisp in the last couple minutes than it was prior to that.
It's going to send Marcus Taylor to the line and shoot 62% from the line. Chance to cut into this Medford Tech lead, and it gets a bounce. He's gotten the bounces all night. Some of these shots that he's putting up look like they're going to fall out, but this one goes about as high as humanly possible off the rim and falls down.
With the way this first half went, if you're Sterling, if you can somehow get this, chisel away at this lead and get it to at least 10 or lower, you have to feel pretty decent, especially with the way you've struggled on the offensive end.
Marcus Taylor, 1 of 2 from the line. And now Medford Tech the other way down low, finding wide open is Myles Powell. Myles Powell has 13 points and a lapse of coverage on Sterling defensively, and now a foul against Marvin Jones. Or excuse me, check that, against Medford Tech on Marvin Jones.
Well, when you're Sterling, you're going for that trap. You're going to leave somebody open. You just can't leave them open down low in the low post because Eli Cain's not going to get rattled. He's going to find that open man every single time like he did on the last trip down the floor.
Big foul there against Dante Ali. That's his 4th, and that's the team's 8th. Very rare that you see a player in foul trouble this deep, this early in the game. Marvin Jones, front end of the 1-and-1, no good. And it will be Jaguar basketball. 39-25, 2:27 left to go here in this first half. It's been Medford Tech throughout the duration of this game so far, but Sterling still hanging around, going to need to make some defensive stops and hit some shots down the stretch here to get back into it. Jones all the way down, finds Tunstall underneath the basket, and it's 41-25.
Well, they're just a complete team, and again, you have to like the way they respond. He's throwing a little bit of offensive run, thought you were going to get it to 10. Now all of a sudden, they're up by 16.
Matt Cowan from the wing for 3 is good. Matt Cowan answers. He has 8. It's 41-27. Under 2 minutes left to go here in this South Jersey Group 2 championship. Shot by Tunstall, no good. Rebounded by Krisman. Looking up has Marcus Taylor. Marcus Taylor all the way to the rack, puts it up and in.
Great job to finish, but Sterling on the defensive ends, leaving too many people open away from the ball.
Sterling on a little bit of a mini run here, cuts the lead to 11, now down low. Nice shot, and fouled is Powell as he goes to the line. That'll put Sterling in the double bonus.
Yeah, the defense was a little better there, down low. You saw them distribute the ball to Powell, slashing and driving to the hole. He's going to get to the line. Sterling obviously is in a situation, again, where they've got to make sure they don't give Medford Tech any easy opportunities.
Myles Powell converts his first free throw attempt, nearly 80% from the line. Last foul was on Matt Cowan. That's his 2nd. And again, it's the team's 10th, so from here on out, any foul will put Medford Tech on the line to shoot 2 automatically. Powell good for both of his free throws. He's 4 of 5 from the line tonight. 43-30, 1:23 left to go here in the half. Marcus Taylor, Jerry Krisman. Krisman, a long 3, well off the mark, rebounded by Myles Powell.
Yeah, Strong needed a little better trip down the floor there. Takes a little bit of time and come up with a little better opportunity they had right there.
Derek Jones controls now for Medford Tech. Looking down low, nice pass down low to find Tunstall, but it's a foul against Krisman. That's going to be his 3rd.
When you're looking at this Medford Tech team, they have 5 players out on the floor that can score. Not only that, they have 5 players on the floor that look always to distribute the ball, get everybody involved in the offense. This, again, it's just such a complete team we're looking at right here.
Tunstall back to the line. He converted both of his free throw attempts. He's 3 for 3 as he hits the first. And Jerry Krisman's going to have a seat. Mikhail Walyudin's going to enter the game for Sterling.
Guys, they are 13 for 17 from the free throw line.
Unbelievable. Free throws can be the difference in a game. And just as you say that, Powell, check that, Tunstall misses the back end of his 2 shots. Under a minute now, 44-30 in favor of the Jaguars in this South Jersey Group 2 Championship. Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, Tad Kozaneski broadcasting live from Medford, New Jersey. Zach Page into the game. And he throws it away, tipped away there nicely by Eli Cain. And he will control with under 40 seconds left to go in the half.
And you know they got word of what Marvin Jones did the other night, doing a good job defending him.
3-pointer on the way. Just short is Myles Powell, rebounded by Sterling, while Udine on the way. Swatted away. Marvin Jones misses the slam attempt. Rebounded by Zach Page, goes off Sterling's Marvin Jones and out of bounds. 20 seconds left to go. It's 44-30 still. And you have to imagine Medford Tech can hold for the final shot here.
Well, Marvin Jones looking for the big play there. That's one where he's just got to tap in, not try to go for the slam, get the basket.
15 seconds left to go. Medford Tech inbounds. It's Derek Jones up top being pressured there by Zach Page. Able to scoot away as Jones puts it all the way up and in. Derek Jones, a huge basket with under 5 to go. Marcus Taylor from half court at the buzzer. No good. And that's where we will go into the locker room. Sterling's going to trail this game 46-30. And guys, it's been all Medford Tech from the get-go.
Kevin, they're great defensively, but offensively they are just a handful for the Sterling team.
Get everybody involved. And the thing I like about them, Sterling looked like they were nipping away at the lead. Got it to within 12. You thought they'd get it under 10, but they just have a way of responding when Sterling goes on these little mini runs, and they get things back going their way.
All right, so what we'll do in a second here is we get ready to wind things down. We're going to take a break here at the half, Rob. Again, at the halftime, Sterling trails at 46-30. They have creep back in the game. Foul shots are going to be a big thing in this one, as we mentioned. 5 for 9, Sterling from the foul line. On the other half, a great performance, 18 for 20 on the foul line for the home team.
And that's going to do it for the first half action. We'll be back with second half action. It's 46-30 in favor of the Jaguars. We're back with second half action right here after this.
And welcome back, everybody, live from Medford Tech High School in Medford. Sterling trails it as we get ready for the third quarter, 46-30. Here are your first half stats. First for Medford Tech, leading scorer Myles Powell with 16. Dennis Tunstall with 11. Elijah Cain with 8. For Sterling, leader scorer Marcus Taylor with 13. Matt Callen 8. Marvin Jones 4. People in foul trouble. First for Medford Tech, Sidney Harris 2. Dante Ali 4. For Sterling, in trouble, Jerry Chrisman 3. Harrison 2. Howard 2. Callen 2. So again, we're going to start the second half with Sterling trailing at 46-30. Medford Tech will inbound the ball. They'll switch sides of the floor. Medford Tech will go from our right to our left on radio, Sterling from our left to our right. And we're underway for action here in the second half. As we mentioned, Medford Tech with a 16-point lead as we start this second half. Quickly, they get things off. They want to look for a 3 already. They're lining up in that 3-point area, but they get one inside. Nice defensive play by Taylor to knock it down.
Well, I think you look in that first half, we were told about Cain and Powell's ability to score. Another thing we saw in that half was Cain's ability to dish off, find the open man, and Powell's ability to defend on the perimeter.
Kick it out for Cain, NBA 3, kaboom. Wow. Elijah Cain now with 11, and that doesn't feel good if you're a Sterling fan.
He was way out. He was still a good 3-4 feet out of the three-point arc, and he just drained that shot.
7 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Three-pointer for Callen is off. It is long, loose rebound picked up on the play by Powell for Tech. Sterling trailing at 49-30. They get across the timeline. Powell, another NBA 3 that's no good. This time Sterling has numbers. They've got a 3-on-2. Page pulls it out, though. Callen thought about 3. Back to Page. He wants a 3. Off the backboard, rebounded by Howard, and he draws a foul. As fouling underneath was Dennis Tunstall. Will pick up his second foul.
Yeah, good job of Howard right there. You saw the 3 from Zach Page, and against Sterling right now needs the patient trip down the floor just to try to get good opportunities. And very impressed with this Medford Tech team. And now if you have a kid like Elijah Cain, as you see Khalil Howard with the miss, Elijah Cain starting to hit from the three-point line. Boy, that's going to make things even more difficult.
Khalil Howard's first foul shot was no good. Here comes his second. It is also no good. Rebound for Jones, who may have just gone over the back. So Jones has just picked up his second foul.
Khalil Howard 0 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight. That's not going to help you get back into this game. Lead 19 And that's going to be the second foul on Marvin Jones.
Yeah, and that's a frustration foul. Marvin Jones right there, leaning over, getting his body in there.
Sterling trails it by 19. Driving is Harris. He is fouled before the shot. Double dribble, they call. So 49-30. Sterling will get the ball back. 6:56 to play here in the third. Pressure on for Tech as Sterling will take it. Bringing it up here is Howard. Howard gets it across the timeline. Gets it over to Taylor in front of his own bench. Inside to Page. Page has the ball off a knee of Powell. It'll be Sterling ball. They'll inbound under their own basket.
Yeah, you can see Medford Tech really, from the midway through the second quarter on, really trying to trap Sterling as much as they can, force pressure, force them into turnover situations.
Inbounding the ball will be Page under his own basket. Gets it to Callen. Callen for three. It's off and no good. Loose ball picked up by Taylor. He drives the lane, pumps it off the glass for two.
Yeah, real
Taylor
good hustle.
now with 15.
That's a great hustle play by Taylor, coming in off the rebound, putting it right back up.
49-32. Sterling trails it. Medford Tech with the ball. Wide open with this one is Ali. He misses a wide open layup. Rebounded on by Page. Page gives it right back. Here comes Cain. Cain challenges against Howard. Howard fouls, and going to the foul line will be Elijah Cain.
And it just seems like every time Sterling catches a break, they force it. They turn the ball over and give it right back to Medford Tech. That's going to put them back on the line.
Foul line in the first half, Medford Tech was 13 for 17. So Elijah Cain to the foul line here. Cain is a 67% free throw shooter. He has 12 points tonight. His first shot off. No good.
When you look at Medford Tech, we talked enough about how they defend in that half court, cutting off the passes, but also on that fast break up the court. If you telegraph a pass like we saw right there, they're going to anticipate it, get that turnover. Once they get the turnover, kids like Elijah Cain's going the other way.
Jerry Crisman reports back in with his three fouls. Next foul shot is up, and it circles its way into the basket for Cain, who now has 13. Sterling trails at 50-32, 6:08 remaining in the third. Crisman kicks it back out. Three-pointer Taylor, his shot no good. Rebounded by Tech nicely by Tunstall.
Strong rebound there by Tunstall.
Trying to go coast to coast, losing the handle out of bounds was Harris. Thought it went off his foot, but they say no. So Tech will inbound under their own basket. Powell inbounded. Sends it out our way, all the way out to Cain. Now Cain's taking some shots in this area. Taylor on him. Cain goes all the way back to midcourt.
Wow,
Picks up a pick, puts off a three. No good. Big kick rebound to Howard. Howard gives it to Taylor. Taylor across the timeline. He pulls up for three. No good. Jones goes for the rebound. We'll see who gets it. It went off Tech. Sterling ball.
Marvin Jones fortunate there. He didn't pick up his third foul.
5:34 remaining in the third. Sterling with the ball. They trail at 50-32. They inbound it to Taylor. Taylor will send things up.
Medford Tech not looking as sharp on the offensive end, but Sterling on their end are not able to convert on the opportunities.
Callen gets it into Howard. Howard kicks it out to Crisman. Crisman has his pocket pick. They send it all the way down. Here's Cain. Cain tries to lay it in, and he is fouled. Marcus Taylor will pick up his first, but it saved an easy 2 points.
Yeah, that's a foul that Marcus Taylor has to make right there. And another example of the defense you're seeing from Medford Tech. A drive to the basket. They get their hands on the ball, get a turnover going the other way, cutting off the passing lanes, just playing all-around great defense.
Elijah Cain, a 67% free throw shooter with 13 tonight. 14 now as he makes that one.
You can see why Elijah Cain's touted as being a big-time Division I player, a prospect here, only as a junior here.
Cain will get one more. Cain takes his time. Shot is off. No good. Still a 19-point lead. Crisman on the rebound. Crisman almost lost it, but he gets it across the timeline. Kicks it out in the corner. Taylor will drive. He loses the handle. Here comes a breakaway. This should be an easy one. Laying it in off the glass and converting is Powell. He has 18. Sterling now down 21. 4:58 to play in the third. Sterling needs offense, and they need it now. Crisman, foul line extended right. Looks to drive, kicks it to Taylor. He drives the lane. High shot, high off the glass. Rebounded by Tech, by Tunstall.
Good job by Medford Tech to force Marcus Taylor to put that high off a glass and then kind of disrupt his shot.
And again, come up with a big rebound when they need it. You had Tunstall going in there in the low post defensively.
Cain puts it up. His shot is short. Rebounded by Jones. Running into traffic is Chrisman. Has it stolen away by Powell. Powell, nice pass. Reverse layup put in beautifully. Dante Ali, he has 6.
Well, in a nutshell, that's the way the whole game's going. Great defense, great ball movement by Medford Tech.
Callen tries a 3, no good. Sterling trails at 55-32, 4:10 remaining. NBA 3, Chrisman, his shot, no good. Jump ball, rebound, Howard. We're going to get a foul is called. I believe this is against Derek Jones of Medford. Referee
Could be on
looking.
Tunstall.
Yeah, I think you might be right. More like Tunstall.
Yeah, it's going to be Tunstall. I'm surprised they didn't call a jump ball down low. That's Tunstall's third.
Yeah, caught a break because Tunstall had positions on position underneath the hoop.
Inside to Jones on the inbounds. Jones turns, 10-footer, short, off the rim and off the hands of Sterling. It'll be Medford Tech ball. The fans of Sterling don't like it, but it's Medford Tech ball. 55-32, Tech with the lead in the ball. Under 4 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Here's Nelson, foul line extended left. Looks to go inside. Cain, challenge against Howard. Fade away, it's good. What a shot by Cain, who has 16 points.
He can hit from all over the place. And, last time round before, you saw Marvin Jones get an offensive opportunity. One of the few we've seen him get. Wasn't able to convert, but that's been a big frustration for Sterling.
Alley-oop for Chrisman. That's read nicely and taken away by Tech. You're going to get a foul. Chrisman or Jones are going to get a foul here. That's against Chrisman. That'll be his 4th foul. And Sterling is going to have to take a timeout. This game is slipping away. 3:24 remaining, third quarter. Sterling trails Medford Tech 57-32.
Medford Tech in the midst of an 11-2 run to open this second half. And really starting to put this game out of reach for Sterling. The way that this team's been playing from the onset of the game.
One of our Sterling cheerleaders just tried to come out and light up the crowd and did a couple somersaults right in front of us.
And everybody fired up.
And now we're pointing up. Here comes one of the cheerleaders. Look at that, a flip for the Medford Tech guy. Now the Sterling girl is going to do her flip. Do we know who that is for Sterling out there? I don't know who that is.
Jen Mastropola, I believe. Yeah.
Good job, Jen. Now here comes the guy. He's going to do it. Oh, that's pretty cool. We're getting a show here between. Jen's going to try it. She's doing the same thing. Wow. I'd like to call that things that I can't do.
Schulz did that actually on the way in here in the parking lot, but
it's the landing I'm worried about.
we don't have the mats out for you, Schulz. Otherwise, we'd put you in there.
It's amazing. Usually a 3-point shot or a dunk electrifies the crowd, but that just electrified the crowd. Both sides are into it. Tech inbounds the ball. 3:25 remaining, third quarter. Tech leads at 57-32.
So Sterling right now putting pressure on the ball, coming up with Zach Page one-on-one.
Derek Jones trapped in the corner, gets it inside, loose ball. Howard picks it up, sends it all the way down for Taylor. Taylor tries to save it before it goes out of bounds. Tech gets the ball. They send it up to Cain. Cain double clutches and banks it in. Cain with 18 points.
He has as good a bounce going to the low post, driving the hole as anybody in South Jersey.
59-32 Tech. Send it in the corner. Long-range jumper. That is a 2-pointer that is put in by Wayudeen. His first 2.
Breaks up the run by Medford Tech. Still Sterling only with 4 points in this quarter.
59-34 Tech. They have the ball. 2:35 remaining here in this third quarter. NBA 3 is off and in. That was beyond NBA 3. Myles Powell with 21.
Yeah, we see Cain do the same thing. Not much you can do about that.
I don't know how much better you can guard that.
62-34 Tech. Send it into Wayudeen. He kicks it out. Taylor, NBA 3. That's short. They fight for the rebound. Tech coming out with it. There's Eli Cain. 2:06 remaining in the third. 62-34 Tech. Powell now. Well, standing in front of his bench. Looks to drive. Comes up the middle. Nice pass inside, and a foul. Is going up hard was Tunstall, and he was fouled by Zach Page.
Well, that's what's going to happen. Powell, with hitting the 3 the last couple trips down the floor, you've got to address it, come out close on him. not only can this kid shoot, but he can also have that quick first step, drive to the hole, dishes off to Tunstall. Tunstall's on the line.
Zach Page picks up his first. Tunstall with 11 to the free throw line, now makes it. He has 12. As a team, I have them drop is 16 for 22 from the free throw line.
They haven't missed a lot. Tunstall 4 or 5, make it 5 of 6 from the line, and it'd be interesting to see when this is all said and done how well they're shooting from the line.
30-point lead, Medford Tech. 1:45 to play in the third. Marcus Taylor, top of the key, challenged nicely, inside for Jones. He spins off the glass long. Rebounded Howard, he goes inside, and a foul against Eli Cain, who just picked up his second foul.
And they went with a good offensive opportunity. Marcus Taylor had a nice no-look pass to Jones. Again, I think that's been one of the frustrating things. He didn't be able to get the ball to Jones down in the low post. Turns, takes a shot. Will Howard gets a rebound, gets himself on the line. Not as much activity down on the low post as you saw them get on the offensive end against Haddonfield.
Khalil Howard's foul shot is no good. Sterling now 6 for 12 from the free throw line.
Khalil Howard 0 for 4 from the line tonight.
Howard will get one more. He's only a 42% free throw shooter. He does get that one to squeeze in. He now has 3 points on the night. Sterling trailing at 64-35. Across the timeline. Alley-oop pass brought back down a little bit long. As wisely keeping that was Cain. Cain in the corner, drives the baseline, gets by Jones, and gets it in. What a play by Elijah Jones. He has 20. Taylor cross for a 3. Kaboom. Marcus Taylor now with 18. 66-38 Tech. 1:06 remaining. Full court pressure on. And a timeout is called by Elijah Cain because one of his teammates were in trouble. 1:04 remaining, third period. Medford Tech leading at 66-38.
It's just an unbelievable defensive performance from this Medford Tech team. Really surprised that they're just a 3 seed in this tournament. It's night and day, I think, for a different look from what Sterling saw just on Friday night from Haddonfield alone. And it's an unbelievable performance by Medford Tech.
Well, we talked about how Medford Tech plays a tough schedule, so you're going to get yourself in a situation where you're playing top caliber competition. And you felt like coming into this game, if you stopped Cain and Powell, you'd have a good shot, but they're more than just a two-man team. They distribute the ball, get everybody involved, and just are a complete team on both ends.
They come in averaging 69 points a game. Sterling averages 60 points a game. It is 66-38, 1:04 remaining in the third. They inbound, bring it up the court, getting across midcourt. What a spin by Powell. He loses the handle. Here comes Taylor. Taylor stutter steps, goes to the basket hard, and a chance for a three-point play as he converts. Fouled on the play by Anthony Nelson, who picks up his first.
Marcus Taylor right now is doing anything he can to get his team back in this game. Great bounce, using the body, driving to the hole like only Marcus Taylor can.
Taylor with 20 points. Foul shot ready. Off. And no good. Jones has it, puts it up, misses. Jones again. This time he is fouled. Good hustling effort by the junior, Marvin Jones.
Yeah, Marvin Jones coming alive, slowly becoming a little more of a presence down in the low post.
And that foul went against Dennis Tunstall. That is his fourth foul. 51 seconds remaining in the third. Sterling trails at 66-40. Foul shot up, no good by Jones. Sterling, guys, is 6 for 16 from the free throw line unofficially.
Wow.
Jones will get one more. So Jones ready. He's a 41% free throw shooter. Rolls around the rim, no good. Stolen away by Page. Sterling holds it.
Yeah, that's
They'll set it up.
Great hustle play by Zach Page, coming in, stripping the ball away.
Into the corner, Wayudeen for 3. Kaboom! Mikkel Wayudeen now with 5. Sterling trails at 66-43. They block the inbounds pass, and it's going to stay Medford Tech ball.
I'll tell you what, I got to give credit to Sterling. Being down, they're still fighting hard here with 33 seconds left. Being down.
Nelson will inbound. They need to go length of the court. Gets it into Jones. Jones gets the ball in. Across the timeline, Nelson, we're going to get a foul against Sterling. Marvin Jones going to pick up his third.
Check that. That's on Zach Page.
Zach, thank you.
Yeah, Zach Page reached his hand in there. And he didn't think he got
He got his second foul. 28 seconds remaining in the third. Sterling trailing at 66-43 here in this 2013 South Jersey Group 2 championship game. Jones gets by one, still looking. He's a great ball handler. Challenged by Howard, gets by Howard. Shot goes up off the backboard, no good, loose underneath. Jones has it, they call it jump ball. Possession arrow goes Sterling with 10 seconds remaining in the third. Sterling trailing at 66-43. Zach Page will inbound, and we're going to get Matt Callen to come in. He'll replace Howard, so we'll see if we can get Callen out for a three here.
Sterling not doing a bad job in the last couple minutes, getting themselves in a position to get it within
Taylor
20.
across the timeline, NBA three, kaboom! Marcus Taylor for three at the buzzer, and that makes it a 66-46 game as we get ready for the fourth quarter.
Well, in a game dominated by Medford Tech, I mean, a couple minutes ago, you had the lead swelling up to towards 30. You hate to say it, but to get it to within 20, you feel like maybe you have a fighting chance. Obviously, Medford Tech right now is in the driver's seat, but Sterling, I'll tell you what, they're not giving up in this game, doing everything they can, fighting and clawing, grabbing loose passes, getting some turnovers, and getting the lead down to 20, where, like I said, it was at 30 a couple minutes ago.
Well, we'll see if Rob Strauss can be good luck for us here on Sterling Radio. He will call the last 8 minutes of this championship game.
Thank you, Ted. And you look at some of the numbers from that third quarter. Marcus Taylor taking over for Sterling offensively. 10 points in that quarter, not to be outdone by Medford Tech's Elijah Cain with 11 points. So Medford Tech holds serve. Sterling gets outscored 20-16 in that quarter.
It's amazing. Powell averages 21 points a game. He's got 21. Cain averages 20 points a game. He's got 20. Both of them at their average through three quarters.
Yeah, big effort late in that quarter by Marcus Taylor, driving to the hole. And, of course, you got the three to end the quarter to get to within 20.
Jerry Chrisman into the game with his 4 fouls. Desperation time here for Sterling. Chrisman's got to be careful. Chrisman only 3 points on the night. Inbounding is Elijah Cain. Cain all the way to the basket. Reverse layup goes over the top of the backboard. So this could be the break that Sterling needed.
You're almost in a position where you have to stop every time down the floor and you have to score every time down.
Marcus Taylor, another 3 on the way. Well short, rebounded by Medford Tech. Cain lays it up and in. And that's Myles Powell for the first 2 points of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just another incredible drive to the basket and look by Elijah Cain.
And the air goes out of the balloon a little bit on a turnover by Sterling.
Now Medford Tech the other way. Elijah Cain going to go all the way. Nice pass down low. Able to find Anthony Nelson creeping underneath the basket.
No matter who you go after, Kevin, they're able to convert.
Yeah, and you felt like they were forcing things a little bit, but got back, as you look at the block right there, got back to driving to the hole and dishing the ball off like you saw Elijah Cain do right there.
Khalil Howard going to check into the game for Sterling. Having a seat for Medford Tech is Anthony Nelson.
Giving you an idea how good this team is, Sterling averages giving up 54 points a game. Through three quarters, they've given up 70.
Inbounds from Chrisman, corralled by Khalil Howard, who hands it over to Marcus Taylor. Marcus Taylor off a screen finds Chrisman. Chrisman splits a couple defenders, but he's fouled.
Well, you'll take that, trying to get some points with the clock stopped.
That's Dante Ali's 5th foul. That's the team's 6th, and Dante Ali will end the night with 6 points. As he gets a nice round of applause from the Jaguar faithful here. Capacity crowd here, sellout crowd here at Medford Tech. Inbounds, goes to Jerry Chrisman, another long 3 on the way, well off the mark, rebounded by Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones puts up shot, no good, rebounded by Chrisman, who follows the shot and puts it in. Jerry Chrisman's first basket since the first quarter, and now Sterling going to press, and Marcus Taylor fouls. I believe that's Anthony Nelson, and that will send Nelson to the line.
Well, that's a foul you got to commit because Nelson was basically heading in for an easy layup, and at this point you've got to make things difficult with 6:37 left.
It is going to be a 1-on-1 situation. It's going to send Nelson to the line, who's a 50% free throw shooter. Already has 6 points on the evening. Nelson's first shot is no good, rebounded by Krisman underneath. Krisman pushing the envelope the other way, now crosses the timeline.
Shooter in the corner!
Krisman finds Zach Page to his left, now back to Krisman. Krisman splits 2 defenders and puts it up, and it does not get the bounce, and it goes out of bounds off of a Jaguar, and it will stay Sterling basketball with 6:21 left to go. Some changes now for Sterling. Matt Cowan going to check back into the game also. Eli Cain going to check back in for Medford Tech. Krisman inbound underneath his own basket. Alley-oop attempt for Marcus Taylor, no good. Finds Krisman. Krisman far side. Baseline, no good. Rebound by Marvin Jones, who puts it up and in.
Yeah, Marvin Jones is having a little more of an impact in the low post here the last few minutes.
Medford Tech able to break the press, missing the layup with Sidney Harris. Now Sterling's Marcus Taylor the other way. Taylor, no-look pass, down low for Jerry Krisman, who's fouled. That foul's going to go against Dennis Tunstall. That's his 5th, and he's done for the night. Tunstall will end the game with 13 points.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, Krisman looks like he's completely energized. He looks like a different player now.
Yeah, really trying to take it to the hole. You saw him 2 times in the previous trip down the floor, went to the hole, got the ball knocked away, and there went along the baseline to get himself to the line. Almost came within a whisker of having a 3-point opportunity.
Derek Jones going to check in for Tunstall, whose night is finished. Again, 13 points on the night for Tunstall. Jerry Krisman at the line, shoots 73%. His first free throw attempt is good. He's 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Matt Cowan will have a seat, and it looks like Mikhail Wiley-Dean will check in for Sterling.
Still a lot of time left, Rob.
70-51, just under 6 minutes left to go. Jerry Krisman misses his second attempt, and the ball is taken there by Medford Tech, and now they lose it. And now a scramble and a whistle kick ball. That's the 4th kick ball we've had tonight, and the ball will stay here as Matt Cowan back into the game there. And it looks like they're going to go offense for defense here as Khalil Howard's going to take a seat.
Great hustling effort tonight by this Sterling team.
Jerry Krisman right underneath the basket, short, no good. Man among giants down low is Marvin Jones, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. So Sterling picking away at this lead. Elijah Cain with the foul.
Well, Marvin Jones, again, having a little more of an impact and going to have even more of an impact now with Tunstall out of the game in the low post.
That's going to send Marvin Jones to the line, shooting 41%. Coming into this game, he's 2 of 5 from the line, make it 2 of 6.
All right, here's the stat of the game right now. Sterling is 7 for 20 from the free throw line.
Marvin Jones at the line. Second shot is up and falls in. Hits every single part of the rim, but falls, and that's all that matters. 70-52, 5:40 left to go. Sterling going with the press again. 3-pointer on the way by Harris, no good. Rebounded by Medford Tech. Medford Tech, surprising they're going this fast, and they turn it over. It goes off the fingertips of Derek Jones. Zach Page the other way, lays it up and in.
Kevin, we've talked about this before as we get a timeout here, Rob.
Timeout 70-54, 5:24 left to go. Sterling on a little mini run. They've cut the lead to 16.
Now, the reason I say this is possible is you're playing against an offense that doesn't slow down the ball. They want to shoot the ball. If they start missing and you get rebounds, just like you got within 16 now, stranger things have happened, Kevin.
Just like that Paulsboro game, we always point back to that where there was different lead changes, or there was the lead got closer and closer. It went from being a 12-point game with 5 minutes left, with 3 minutes left, went down to being a 6-point game, went back up to like a 14-point game. Same thing you said, Tad. Fast-paced team. They force the ball. They can get themselves into turnover situations.
Now, fouls, we have 2 players from Medford have already fouled out. Elijah Cain, who has 20 points, has 3 fouls. And that's why Sterling's starting to get some action underneath the basket. So keep an eye. He's number 32, and he's in the game right in front of us. So we'll see. Keep an eye on him.
Marvin Jones having a little more of an impact now, too.
Powell to inbounds. Finds Derek Jones, who finds Elijah Cain. And Medford Tech able to break the press as we approach the 5-minute mark.
And you have to think the topic of the last time out was to slow it down a little bit.
Nice shot there. Eli Cain adds to his point total. He leads all scorers tonight. And now a foul going the other way. That's going to be against Anthony Nelson, his second, team's 9th.
Well, again, if you can start making your free throws, as Taylor's going to go to the line, you still got 5:04 to play in this game.
And a little bit of better night free throw shooting, you could be looking at a 10-point deficit at this point.
Marcus Taylor entered the game shooting 60%, hits the front end of the 1-on-1. Marcus Taylor is 3 of 5 from the line for the Knights.
He's looking for his 25th point here, too.
Unbelievable. Got 10 of those in the third quarter. Marcus Taylor's second shot is up. Rims out, no good, rebounded by Myles Powell. And now the press again. And now the baseball pass wide open down low is Anthony Nelson, who lays it in. There was nobody within a half court of him. Marcus Taylor the other way, 74-55, under 5 to go. And Marcus Taylor, a jump ball, and it will be Sterling basketball.
Great defense there by Derek Jones, tying him up. That was a great call, too, as well as great defense.
Well, that's
Back into the game is Jerry Chrisman. Sorry, Schulze.
That's in drives to the basket. They're getting their hands on the ball. We've been seeing that all night. We're seeing it now.
Marcus Taylor up top, looking for a screen to try and shoot a 3. Cannot. Jerry Chrisman behind the back pass, looking for Zach Page. No good. Rebounded by Medford Tech, Derek Jones. Jones over to Cain. Now back to Jones, who crosses the timeline, pushing the envelope, and goes deflected out of bounds off of Jerry Chrisman into the Medford Tech fan base. 4:30 to go. It's a 19-point game in favor of the Jaguars. Inbounds pass, 3 on the way by Myles Powell, no good. Rebounded by Medford Tech. Check that. Goes off of Medford Tech over to Jerry Chrisman. Chrisman, no-look pass over to Zach Page, swatted away by Medford Tech, and now rebounded by Cain. Cain, all by himself against Mikhail Wayudin, puts it up and in. Count the basket.
Yeah, good job of Cain. You know, a kid like that can obviously slam in the open floor. You'd think he'd want to go for a slam, energize the crowd, but just wants to get the basket and finishing things off. And Todd, you can see where, when you look at Medford Tech, again, you'd think they'd want to slow it down a little bit, but still going to the basket and being aggressive and just the type of team they are.
Second shot, or the free throw attempt rather, up, no good. Rebounded by Sterling, and here they come the other way. Preston Harrison in the game for Sterling. Marcus Taylor on the wing, fakes the 3, puts it up and in off glass. Marcus Taylor having a career night. And again, Medford Tech breaks the press, and missing the layup is Medford Tech's Anthony Nelson, but he gets his own rebound, and they will control with 3 3/4 minutes left to go in the fourth. 76-57. Derek Jones has it swatted away by Preston Harrison, and now a race for the ball out of bounds, and it will be Medford Tech basketball.
Great job by Preston Harrison. They were jockeying for position the whole way down the floor like you would trying to chase a puck being iced in ice hockey.
Well, they're going to take chances with the traps on the ball right there, and that time it paid off, and almost paid off into a conversion for Preston Harrison the other way.
Sidney Harris inbounds to Derek Jones, who gets it over to Anthony Nelson. Nelson being pressured by Sterling. And now Medford Tech crosses the timeline, and he steps out of bounds. Wow. And that is going to be Sterling basketball. And now, again, coach a team going offense for defense here. Matt Cowan going to check into the game.
Marcus Taylor also comes back in.
Marcus Taylor back in the game. Obviously, right now, you're in this position wanting to set up for the three-point opportunity.
Marcus Taylor way up top. Matt Cowan to his left. Back up to Taylor. Taylor down low to Chrisman. Chrisman puts it off glass, no good. Rebounded down low by Cain. And he outlets, and it's an odd man rush the other way. Medford Tech is fouled, and that's going to go against Myles Powell was fouled, rather. And that's going to be against Marcus Taylor. That's his third, team's 9th.
And that's a foul Marcus Taylor has to commit. Again, at this point, you don't want to make things easy, put it on the line, and just a tough night for Sterling, but again, really impressed with what Medford Tech's been able to bring to the table.
Not the guy you want to foul at the line for Medford Tech. It's Myles Powell, comes in almost 80% from the free throw line, but misses the front end. Only his second free throw that he's missed all game. And his second shot is up and good. Myles Powell with 23 points, and it's back to a 20-point game. Marcus Taylor up top. Nice no-look pass down low to Chrisman, who has it swatted away, but getting it back is Zach Page. And he puts it up, and he's fouled.
Good job, Zach Page, being right there. And, you know, you look at it, if you want to look at one of the differences in this game, you see Jerry Chrisman getting the ball, putting it up in the low post. That's something he's had a lot of success with in the last few games, but it's just incredible, the defense, when they go on the drives, get down to the low post, how Medford Tech closes in and is able to defend, bat the ball away without committing a foul.
It's a fourth foul on Elijah Cain.
Well, the thing that's happening now, Sterling's spreading the floor, and it's leaving Cain all by himself underneath. He should be easily to pick up a fifth foul, Kevin, if they continue with this offense.
Go right at him, yep.
Medford Tech inbounds the ball. Cain has the ball. And they're just going to reset here as Cain gets the ball back, drives right to the hoop, but he's fouled.
Ooh.
And now it's starting to get crazy underneath as Khalil Howard and Cain exchange glances.
A little bit of frustration on Sterling's end. And just an unbelievable effort from Medford Tech. And the scary thing is that just about this whole team's coming back next year.
That's Jerry Chrisman's fifth, and he will leave the game, and he ends the game with six points. And that'll be the 10th team foul. Jerry Chrisman will have a seat at a 17-point game with 2:49 left to go, getting a nice round of applause by the Sterling fan base who has traveled. But that will put Elijah Cain at the line for Medford Tech and hits his first free throw.
I'm a big fan of this Elijah Cain, Kevin.
Oh.
He's a player. Again, he's just a junior. Averaged 20 points a game as Sterling will take a timeout here. What a player between Elijah Cain, Myles Powell. And again, they're the two guys we talked about coming into this game. But as you mentioned throughout the game, this is a complete team.
Oh, yeah, they can handle the ball, run the floor, dish off. They have scorers. But boy, Cain, I'll tell you what, you could see why he's probably one of the biggest Division I prospects as a junior. And from what I hear, they're just saying how he just keeps getting better with each game, and you can see it. He can shoot from the outside, drive to the hole. I'm impressed with his control and going to the basket. He's got strength, everything you want to see in a big-time Division I prospect.
And the thing I like about him, Rob, when he gets airborne, it's almost Jordan-like the way he can contort his body left, right, up and down to draw a foul and get a good look at the basket.
The hang time that he has is ridiculous. And he's going to look to make it a 19-point game with just under 3 minutes left to go. Cain's second shot is up, and it falls in. And it is back to a 19-point game. Jerry Chrisman fouled out, ends his night with 6 points. Marcus Taylor doing work against Anthony Nelson, goes past Nelson, no good, rebounded by Cain. Cain one-hands the rebound as we approach the 2.5-minute mark. Cain working right in front of us. And nice job by Schulz to block Cain from falling into us. Thank you, Schulz.
Anytime.
Yeah, you really literally had to put a hand on him to keep him in. And now you're in the double bonus, Rob.
Both teams in the double bonus. That's Khalil Howard's fourth foul. So it's going to be 2 free throws for both on the way out. Now some discussion between the officials with Khalil Howard, and they're afraid that this is going to get out of control.
And that's good by the officials.
Absolutely. They're doing a good job keeping things under control because, again, you don't want to see things get ugly, and they're stepping in when they have to.
Elijah Cain to the line to shoot one of 2 free throws. Puts the first one in. Nice touch by Elijah Cain, and that's going to bring Zach Page into the game for Khalil Howard.
And I'm very impressed with the demeanor of Elijah Cain. Sterling's been working him. They've been pushing him, giving him some extra, and he just walks away and plays his game.
Yeah, and he's going to get a lot of that, as his career keeps moving on with the success that he's had. I agree. Just walking away and not letting it affect him.
What a talent.
Elijah Cain's second free throw is water, and that's where the Medford Tech Jaguars are earning it tonight at the free throw line. And Zach Page in the lineup now for Sterling as we approach 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. 3 on the way by Sterling. No good. Airballed, actually. Rebounded by Preston Harrison. Hands it over to Mikhail Walyudin. Lays it up off glass. No good. Rebounded by Matt Cowan, who puts it up and in. Matt Cowan, his first bucket in this second half. And now Sterling trying to go with the press, blocked away by Marcus Taylor, but it falls right to Derek Jones. Derek Jones hands it over to Cain. Cain drives to the hoop, puts it up, and he's fouled. Fouled hard underneath. You heard the, but you may have been able to hear that. That was Mikhail Walyudin playing some good defense. That could have gone either way, guys.
Hey, guys, obviously another great play by Cain, and, we've talked at length what he's been able to do. I don't think we've talked enough about Derek Jones, his ability to handle the ball, drive to the hole, draw defenses his way. I mean, just one of those role players on this team that does his job and makes this team that much better. Derek
Jones only 3 points on the night, but I think where he earns his money is just with the ball handling skills as Cain converts his first.
Yeah, and the dish-off passes, drives the defense his way, draws the defense his way, and really a key player on this team. You can't just look at it, the point total, when you look at a kid like him.
6 of 7 from the line in this quarter alone is Cain, and it's 83-62 with 1:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Marcus Taylor doing work against Nelson, but it's going to be a foul against Nelson as he pushed off, and it's going to be his third. And again, that will send Marcus Taylor to the free throw line, trailing by 21.
And I tell you what, one thing, you're looking at 146 remaining. Obviously, this is Medford Tech's game, but you can't question the effort you're seeing from Sterling. These kids are falling all over the floor, doing everything they have to do, and what's just been an incredible season for them. Obviously, coming up short here is very frustrating, but these kids are not giving up right to the very end.
Marvin Jones set to check in at the next whistle as Marcus Taylor puts his second shot up and in and enters.
28 points, he's coming out. His career's over at Sterling, but what a game.
Yeah, what an effort. Did everything he could to will his team back in this game, but again, it's just too much of Medford Tech. And just an unbelievable team here.
83-64, Sterling still putting on the press and gives it back over to Derek Jones, who finds a nice pass down to Myles Powell. And again, Schulze, you mentioned a nice job by Derek Jones. Zach Page now the other way, right-handed layup, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Matt Cowan. Cowan for three, has it blocked. And now Medford Tech controls is Myles Powell. Powell has Cain to his right, and he'll hand it over to him. 1 1/4 minutes left to go here in this fourth quarter. Medford Tech on its way to a South Jersey Group 2 championship. Myles Powell is just going to back it out as we approach 1 minute, and the Jaguar faithful applauding their team. Cain, foul line jumper is no good. Rebounded by Preston Harrison. Under a minute now. Harrison over to Matt Cowan, but it's taken away by Myles Powell all the way up and in. Myles Powell has 7 in this quarter, 12 and a half, and now a timeout. Now it's Adam Carter's going to check in, and that's going to be it.
Cain comes out of the game. I have him with 28 points. Rob, what do you have him for?
I have to stand by. I got to count it up.
What a game. Elijah Cain, just a junior, averaging 20 points a game. I'll tell you what, one of the best players we have seen here this season.
I got him at 29 points, guys.
Tad, you mentioned something that I think is very important, is the poise factor. And don't think that a lot of Division I coaches look at that, especially a young kid not getting rattled. I mean, that's something that's going to show its face when he gets in college. The fact that he keeps his composure. It's an all-around player.
Three-pointer by Mikhail Walyudin is good. It's 87-67, but Medford Tech has the ball, and right down underneath, rebounded by Cowan. And relays over to Adam Carter, who's into the game. Walyudin splits a couple defenders, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line with 17 seconds left to go, but this one is in the books. The Medford Tech Jaguars will win the South Jersey Group 2 Boys Basketball Championship.
And again, the Knights team gave it everything they had. This is just a better team they're playing tonight. This Medford Tech team is very good.
No question. I mean, I find it hard to believe that there's another team in Group 2 that's going to be able to stop these guys. I mean, when you get to the Tournament of Champions, you're talking about, the St. Anthony, some of the big-time national powerhouses. That's a different story, but I find it hard to believe that in Group 2 they're going to have anybody beat them on their way to a state championship.
Matt Cowan exits the game as well. He ends his career tonight with 10 points. Walyudin, his second shot, rattles around and falls. Walyudin has 8 on the night. All of his points in the second half, under 15 to go. And ball goes out of bounds. It will be Sterling basketball. 13 to go, 87-69. Marvin Jones going to check back into the game for Mikhail Walyudin. And getting a nice round of applause, Mikhail Walyudin from Coach Ateen. Ryan Smith to inbound. 13 seconds left to go. Sterling drives. Adam Carter for a shot. Baseline, no good. Rebounded by Medford Tech. 4 seconds to go. 2 seconds, and that's going to do it. Medford Tech wins the South Jersey Group 2 Boys Basketball Championship 87-69 over Sterling.
Just a dominating performance from the start. They led after the first quarter 25-15. And as you were just saying, Kevin, this is a team, I'll tell you what, if they don't win the state title, I want to see the team that does. They are extremely talented. You're going to have Eli Cain finishing with 29. Myles Powell finishes with 28 points. And again, even though we're featuring those two players as we talk, this was the complete package.
Well, a little bit of everything. They could shoot from the outside, as you saw Powell, and even Cain. Cain's ability to drive to the hole. I find it hard to believe there's anybody that drives to the hole with as much strength and control as Cain. And we talked about Jones, his ability to handle the ball, his quickness out on the perimeter, dishing the passes off. Just a complete team. Tunstall had a great night.
And now the Jaguars, a well-deserved gathering at center court here with the cheerleaders and their fans celebrating a South Jersey Group 2 championship. And Shules, I don't think, in all the years that we've been doing basketball games together, I don't think I've seen a team this complete in a long time.
Yeah, and a young team. They're all going to be back next year. Cain talked enough about him, his being one of the top Division I prospects in South Jersey. Powell hitting NBA threes. And it just seemed when Sterling at times went on semi-little runs, this team just got it together and just came right back with a 4 or 5, 7-point run of their own.
And again, I want to welcome back our TV audience as well. First of all, Marcus, I know it's tough right now, but I want to say congratulations on a tremendous season. Did you ever dream after that Haddonfield game that you'd be in this situation?
After the first Haddonfield game? Oh, no, that was our goal the whole season. That's what we planned on. Just the Haddonfield game was just something in our way. It was just like a mistake, like a blemish, just something that just got in the way.
What did you know about this Medford Tech team coming into the game?
We knew nothing really. We just knew they were on the side of the conference, and they had two really good players, and then they beat Middle Township 2 nights ago, or on Friday.
Now, as this game came on, what was the difference for you between this team and some of the other teams you played? Why were they so successful tonight?
They were more athletic and more fast-paced than most of the teams that we played. Like, nobody really pushes the ball like that against us, and nobody has like two really good scorers, but it was different because it was really fast.
Talk a little about the senior class, the guys that are graduating with you. It's a good core bunch of guys. Talk a little bit about what it's been like playing with them this year.
It just to come to an end, but like in the beginning of the season, everybody we were still boys, and then now the season going, all the adversity that we faced, like it just finally like grew us as men, and then I've seen everybody grow up from like Jelani all the way up now to Preston, and just everybody that I grew up with is now here.
What will you think of when you look back at your basketball career at Sterling? What are some of the things that will pop into your mind?
I think that we had it was our best season ever, and then we could ask for nothing more but to win this game, and that was it. And that it was a great season, and I'm proud.
Should be. You played great. Future plans? You playing basketball? You know what you're doing yet?
I'm playing basketball in college. I don't know where yet, but I'm going to play basketball.
You got to go to coach or somebody trying to talk to you in the hall?
Yeah.
I don't want to hold you up anymore. We just want to bring you out. Tremendous job. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Marcus Taylor for
Congrats,
joining us
Marcus.
here.
Thanks for coming
I'm going to wrap up the TV portion of our broadcast here tonight. Again, Coach Cassidy from Rowan wants to talk to him right now. That's a good thing. Again, congratulations, Sterling basketball team, on a tremendous year. That'll do it for the TV audience. Rob, back to you for our radio audience.
Here graciously coming on to be interviewed.
And again, I want to welcome back our TV audience as well. First of all, Marcus, I know it's tough right now, but I want to say congratulations on a tremendous season. Did you ever dream after that Haddonfield game that you'd be in this situation?
After the first Haddonfield game? Oh, no, that was our goal the whole season. That's what we planned on. Just the Haddonfield game was just something in our way. It was just like a mistake, like a blemish, just something that just got in the way.
What did you know about this Medford Tech team coming into the game?
We knew nothing really. We just knew they were on the side of the conference, and they had two really good players, and then they beat Middle Township 2 nights ago, or on Friday.
Now, as this game came on, what was the difference for you between this team and some of the other teams you played? Why were they so successful tonight?
They were more athletic and more fast-paced than most of the teams that we played. Like, nobody really pushes the ball like that against us, and nobody has like two really good scorers. But it was different because it was really fast.
Talk a little about the senior class, the guys that are graduating with you. It's a good core bunch of guys. Talk a little bit about what it's been like playing with them this year.
It just sucks to come to an end, but like in the beginning of the season, everybody we were still boys, and then now the season going, all the adversity that we faced, like it just finally like grew us as men, and then I've seen everybody grow up from like Jelani all the way up now to Preston, and just everybody that I grew up with is now here.
What will you think of when you look back at your basketball career at Sterling? What are some of the things that'll pop into your mind?
I think that we had it was our best season ever, and then we could ask for nothing more but to win this game, and that was it. And that it was a great season, and I'm proud.
Should be. You played great. Future plans? You playing basketball? You know what you're doing yet?
I'm playing basketball in college. I don't know where yet, but I'm gonna play basketball.
You got to go to coach or somebody trying to talk to you in the hall?
Yeah.
I don't want to hold you up anymore. We just want to bring you out. Tremendous job. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Marcus Taylor for
Congrats,
joining us
Marcus.
here.
Thanks for coming
I'm going to wrap up the TV portion of our broadcast here tonight. Again, Coach Cassidy from Rowan wants to talk to him right now. That's a good thing. Again, congratulations, Sterling basketball team, on a tremendous year. That'll do it for the TV audience. Rob, back to you for our radio audience.